The silent forest. The first thing anyone noticed about little Ariel was how quiet she could be. Not the withdrawn kind of quiet, but the curious kind, the kind that listened. At just 2 years old, Ariel moved through the world like it was whispering secrets meant only for her. She would pause mid-step, head tilted, as if catching something no one else could hear. Her mother, Tracy, used to laugh softly and say, "She's listening to something older than us." No one imagined how true that might be. It happened in the space between attention and assumption. Tracy turned to answer a call. Just a minute, maybe less. Ariel had been sitting on the back steps, hugging her worn, plush rabbit, its ears stitched back on unevenly. Beyond the yard stretched a wide, patient forest, ancient oaks, tangled roots, moss thick as blankets. The kind of forest locals respected, the kind they didn't enter after darkness. But Ariel stood, small fingers clutching her rabbit, and stepped into it. No hesitation, no fear, as if she had been invited. The forest had watched generations come and go. It remembered axes and fire, laughter and grief. It knew the weight of footsteps, hunters, wanderers, those who took and those who simply passed through. And then there was Ariel. Her steps were light, her breath soft, her presence open. The forest felt her like a ripple across still water. A branch dipped low, brushing her curls as she passed beneath. She giggled, reaching up. The leaves rustled, not with wind but with something like acknowledgement. Further in, a fox lifted its head. It had been dozing, but now it was watching her. Not wary, just curious. The child smelled of warmth, milk, and something gentler than fear. Above, an owl blinked awake earlier than usual. Something had changed. Ariel wandered deeper until the last threads of daylight dissolved into blue and then black. The forest thickened. Shadows grew long and unfamiliar. She stopped. For the first time, uncertainty crept in. Her small lip trembled. "Mama?" she called, the word fragile in the vast quiet. The forest was listening. Then it answered, not in words, but in care. Fireflies began to gather, one by one at first, then in clusters. They hovered low, surrounding her like a soft constellation. Their glow warmed the darkness, turning fear into wonder. Ariel blinked through tears. "Pretty," she whispered. A breeze stirred, not cold, but gentle. Leaves drifted down, settling around her like a quilt. Moss beneath her feet seemed to rise slightly, cushioning her. She sat. The fox crept closer, slow and deliberate, stopping just beyond her reach. It curled itself into a circle, its body angled toward her like a living wall against the unseen. From the branches above, the owl watched, silent, guarding. The temperature dropped, as it always did, but not where Ariel rested. Roots beneath the soil shifted, slow, careful movements that no human eye would catch. They rose just enough to cradle her, lifting her from the cold ground. Moss thickened beneath her small body, holding the day's warmth like a memory. A deer approached next, its steps nearly silent. It lowered its head, breath warm as it exhaled gently near her hands. Ariel stirred but did not wake up fully. Her fingers curled, brushing soft fur. The deer stayed. The fox did not move. Above, branches leaned inward, forming a loose canopy that softened the wind. Leaves whispered, not with warning, but with lullaby rhythm. Ariel slept, deeply, safely, as if the forest itself had become her home. Back at the house, panic spread like wildfire. Tracy's voice broke as she called her daughter's name again and again. Neighbors gathered, flashlights cutting sharp beams into the trees. The sheriff organized search parties, their voices echoing into the night. 2 years old, someone said. She won't make it out there alone. But the forest heard those words and did not agree. Every time a search party veered too far from Ariel, branches thickened their path. Underbrush tangled just enough to slow them. Not to trap, only to redirect. And slowly, carefully, The forest guided them closer. At dawn, the first rays of sunlight slipped through the canopy, painting everything gold. Ariel stirred. The fireflies had gone. The owl had returned to silence. The deer stepped back, melting into the trees. The fox lingered only a moment longer before disappearing. The forest released her. Moments later, Tracy stumbled into the clearing. She saw her daughter lying there, peaceful, unharmed, cheeks flushed with sleep. "Ariel!" The word cracked open the morning. Ariel blinked awake and smiled. "Mama!" Tracy collapsed beside her, gathering her close, tears soaking into Ariel's hair. I thought... Ariel simply patted her cheek. "Pretty lights," she said softly. "Nice trees." Tracy looked around. The clearing felt different, not empty, not wild, present. They said it was luck, a miracle, a strange alignment of weather and chance. But Tracy knew better. Sometimes, when the wind moved just right through the trees behind their home, she would hear it. Not quite a voice, but something close. A hush, a memory, a promise. And Ariel, she still paused sometimes, head tilted, listening, as if the forest was still speaking, and she was the only one who understood. If you enjoyed this short story, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.